Yesterday in Dubbo, we had some fairly gusty winds, particularly during the morning, getting up close to about 90 kilometres per hour. And with that, we had a couple of very light showers during the morning, but definitely nothing substantial. Thankfully, earlier on in the week, we had more substantial rain total, 27 millimetres, bringing the monthly total up above the November average, which was pretty handy. This is the rain we saw during November. You can see it spread pretty much right across the entirety of the nation. The driest section was the west coast, with barely any rain up around the northwest of the country. But through the centre, we did see some substantial rain, which was pretty handy, but definitely not as much as we need in many areas. So we're still hoping for a bit more to come. But we have more to come in Queensland in particular through the next few days. We've got thunderstorms over the eastern inland on Tuesday, and then the showers will start to spread right along central and tropical parts of the coast. There's a fair bit of uncertainty because it is relating to Tropical Cyclone Owen, which has just formed. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that and seeing where it directs that rainfall over coming days. But thankfully, at this stage, we have no proper threat from that system. Now, as we move into the back end of the week, we'll still see the moisture lingering up through tropical parts of Queensland. A few showers moving through the southeast, but nothing all that substantial there. And then by the time we get to the weekend, we might see fairly dry conditions returning to much of the country, just a chance of some rain lingering on in the tropics of Queensland. Let's have a look at it today. Western parts of Tasmania, some pretty decent falls there. Some areas will see more than 30 millimetres because we've got a pretty powerful front moving through, a few storms through the interior, and those will drift a little bit further south on Tuesday. Conditions easing in the southeast, whilst through Queensland we'll see those storms primarily for the inland areas of the east, but a few of them might make it to coastal spots through the Wide Bay Burnett most likely. We'll see showers spreading right along much of the Queensland coast on Wednesday, and those totals look pretty decent in quite a few areas. And then lingering on into Thursday and Friday, we still see those showers. So this is some really good news for those people who are fighting the fires or worried about the fires in your area, because we're starting to see that rain really pushing on through by the time we get to the end of the week. So some pretty decent totals on the way. But let's wrap it up for the week. Some parts of central and tropical Queensland will see close to 100 millimetres, maybe even more than that. Down through the southeast, the rain is primarily for today, but as we move through the week, we might see a couple of light showers pushing inland and those storms continuing through the centre of the Western Australia.
Well, we're going to see a dip in temperatures across most of our major centres this week. We will see the heat returning by the time we get to the weekend, particularly in the nation's capital, with high pressure dominating much of the country. Let's have a look at those temperatures. And as you can see, we are going to see temperatures getting up into the 20s and 30s as our orange shading moves through parts of New South Wales and the ACT on Saturday and Sunday. 35 degrees our maximum for you in Canberra. We've got showers across the south. That includes Adelaide and also in Melbourne. But on Sunday, we've got showers and possibly a thunderstorm for you in Canberra, and a cooler day with a top of 31 degrees. Mostly sunny in Sydney, 27 your forecast maximum, and 29 degrees our top in Brisbane. Mostly sunny with a maximum of 27 degrees for you in Perth.
Queensland has well and truly been the focus of the dangerous fire weather recently. We have more than 100 fires burning across the state. We've seen emergency warnings issued pretty much every day for the past week and a bit across the state. So dangerous conditions with many very dangerous fires, with multiple evacuation orders having been in place as well. But thankfully, over the coming days, conditions are forecast to improve across the state, with temperatures starting to cool off just a little bit through Queensland. Notice at the moment the landscape is pretty dry through South Australia and much of Western Australia as well, and that's actually going to be the focus of the dangerous fire weather in coming days. But let's have a look at Queensland first of all. We've got that heat lingering through the state at the moment, and the focus is through the east for today, with very high fire danger shaded in yellow through much of the east, down into far northern parts of New South Wales as well. In Western Australia, we've also got severe fire danger through the Gascoyne and the East Pilbara inland, but we're going to see the fire danger focus shifting to the west over coming days, with even more intense fire danger there. The cooler temperatures will spread through parts of Queensland for tomorrow. We have very high fire danger over the inland areas, not so much for coastal areas, and in the west we've got severe fire danger over many inland parts of the state. And now on Wednesday and Thursday in particular, that's when we're going to see even more cool air pushing over Queensland, which is some very good news. But in South Australia, we're going to start to see the fire danger on the rise. We've got very high fire danger over Central Australia and severe over the west. But by the time we get to Thursday, this low pressure system looks to deepen a little bit. The isobars will come a little bit closer together, and therefore the northerlies will increase. And we've got severe fire danger on the cards for the west coast of the Eucla and also for the Goldfields district as well, with very high fire danger through much of the south. But thankfully, through Queensland, high fire danger looks to be the worst on that day.